Hey guys, welcome back to Senegalese Twisted. Today I'm back again with another video, and I know I said I wouldn't do it, but I could not do it. So I am back with another review for Maîtresse de Homme MARIÉ. The first episode of season 3 starts with Lala, Amsa, Jalika and Dalanda having like a monologue, like an inner monologue. Some of them, I think all of them, look into the mirror and tell themselves that they are strong women. You made the choice and you are tu es une femme forte. But to recap, Lala is divorced. Amsa has this whole situation with Marem and Salif. Jalika was asked to be the secret second wife of Tairu, and Dalanda has decided to keep the baby but also keep Tairu. Then you have a scene where you see Tairu, and in his scene you actually hear the same monologue Lala, Amsa, Jalika and Dalanda had. It's just like a small reflection that each of these personalities had in the show. Then Lala gets into trouble at work because she was late again because her babysitter was late, who happens to be called Marem, and she's actually less of this compliant Senegalese wife woman, Lala, and she's actually really getting into it with her boss, or you know, the director of the show, because I believe that she has a talk show right now and that she's part of it, and she really is ready to fight that woman. Then there's a scene with Dalanda and Regina, and I think that Regina is a bit protective of Dalanda, of course, because she knows everything that Dalanda has been going through, and they're just talking about well, actually Regina is just suggesting that Dalanda talks about what has happened, what's on her mind, but Dalanda is like, well, no, I don't have a problem, it's okay, I know I'm not about to give birth anytime soon, so you don't have to follow me. But I think that Regina's just, you know, a little overprotective of Dalanda, because she's like, I'm gonna be here like today, tomorrow, until you give birth. And one thing that Regina tells Dalanda is that whatever you're dealing with now, it's like a little fire, but you have to put it out now because you don't know what it will produce in the future. And I think that's really important. Then Tairu comes in and he holds Dalanda's hand, and Regina's looking at it and she's like, I'm disgusted. And then she just leaves. Dalanda is called in and she's getting a massage. Then there's a short scene between Amsa and another girl, and the girl is just like, pay me and then leave. And I think that Amsa hired this girl to to infiltrate Salif to get more information. Amsa takes out the money, pays the girl, and then she leaves. And then short after the girl leaves, walking towards the car, and Salif is in there, and she just played both sides. Salif is telling her, you're such a good actress, and the girl is actually telling him that, you know, I only work with those who pay me better, and which is supposed to be him because the envelope that he gave her is like stacked. Advice to Salif is like, you know what, I don't know who you're dealing with, but you have to know that these people, they're not gonna let go easily. Okay, so the next scene is something else, because it's Pagay and MARIÉ, and we're happy to see them together because old love matters. They're getting ready to eat, and then this other woman comes in, and I believe her name is Bintoufal, and I think this is going to get a bit problematic throughout season 3, because the woman is more joking with MARIÉ, because they're talking about, you know what, I'm actually really lonely, so I would actually jokingly, she's saying that she would not mind being a sister wife to MARIÉ. And MARIÉ is just like replying, also jokingly, because to them it's just a joke. And she's replying that, you know, if there would be 100 women, Page would only see me because he only loves me. And then she asked the question to Page, and he's awkwardly silent. And what happened before that actually happens, the woman is actually asking like, where is the hot pepper? And then MARIÉ actually leaves and gets it, and then she's like kind of flirting with Page, and there I knew something was up. And then the scene comes on about the 100 women and everything, and after the silence, it's like he's asking for some drinks, and Bintafal is actually making the drink because it's actually literally next to her. However, if you are Senegalese, you know this is the moment you should have known something was going to happen. And of course, it's more dramatic than it is in real life. However, mark my words, something is going to happen. And of course, I understand that she gets to serve him the drink because she's closer to him. But in that scene, she's also saying that, you know what, Page, since I'm going to be a sister wife to MARIÉ, next time I'll bring my own ginger and you can decide for yourself which one is better. And oh my god, guys, the rivalry is too much. Then there's a scene of Jalika packing a suitcase, and she's being called by her jëkkër, her husband, and she does not pick up. And then he insists and she still doesn't pick up, and then who's there? Her husband, Taihu. And they're just, you know, hugging and talking about stuff because apparently the massage that Dalanda got was because of Jelly. So it's a weird entanglement. Then there's a scene with Sheikh, and Sheikh is actually knocking at Lala's door because he wants to see the kids, but Marem, the new nanny, does not want to let him in because Lala's told her nobody can get in this house. What happens then is that Noura actually comes to the door and wants to talk to her dad, and it's actually a bit heartbreaking because we all know that Noura and Sheikh are like, because they're really close, and I love to see it. And through the door they're just talking, and Sheikh is asking her, what did you learn at school today? And she's like saying, I learned a song today, and he wants to hear it, and she's singing it. And yeah, that's the scene, and it's actually heartbreaking because at the end Sheikh is saying that, you know what, Noura, I'm going downstairs, I'll be waiting in the car until your mom comes back. And she's like saying, please dad, don't go. And I'm like, please don't go, dad. Then you have a scene where Biram is playing sports. He gets a call from Sheikh, and he's saying to Sheikh that, you know what, Sheikh, why do you always like problems? Just go home. And then Sheikh says something, I don't know what, and he's like, you know what, I'll be there in a minute. He calls Mansoura, and Mansoura is actually like getting mad at him because she's like pointing out that whatever happens, he's always running to, you know, help Sheikh. I think she sees it as like a weakness because at one point he's always there for Sheikh. However, when it comes to trusting Biram for like big positions at the company, he does not even have that little trust for his younger brother. And she even points out that he did put that trust in Raki. However, she ended up being like a killer because she's still on the loose for what she did to Bakari Sanya. And then she actually she walks away, bumps into Hamid, and we all know that she and Hamid are playing together and that this is a setup. However, what Biram actually tells Mansoura, when she walks away, is that, you know what, if you're here to break up our family, then you can wait a long time, because that's not going to happen. And then Mansoura bumps into Hamid, goes away, and then Hamid tries to talk to Biram and be like, whoa, I don't know what you did to that girl, or your girl, she's crazy, she seems crazy. And I think this is just a tactic for Hamid to actually get closer to Biram, because Biram does not know Hamid. So don't forget about that, because Biram does not know about Hamid. And eventually Hamid gives his business card to Biram just in case he may need him. And we all know that point is going to come. This scene is more about Lala and Philly, because they're not friends anymore. However, they both are participating in this tontine and in this tour de famille. And yeah, you can actually see it over there, because they're basically doing a battle. Because at one point you have Philly, who is like dancing in Lala's face. Then she sits down, she's saying that, you know, actually I'm not going to stay here for a long time, I'm about to go because I have to work. And then it's Lala's turn to take the dance floor and to dance in Philly's face, and then say stuff like, you know, I was here on time and other people were like roaming around on the streets doing nobody's business, etc, etc. But eventually Philly leaves, and this other girl asks Lala, you know what is actually happening between you and Philly? Like, what happened? Why aren't you guys friends anymore? And then the story that Lala portrays or tells is that, you know what, Philly was the one who wanted me to divorce, and now I'm divorced and I left her behind as well. And her friend is like, well, don't be surprised if Philly ends up being married to Cher. And I was like, I don't think that's gonna happen, but you know what, it's Maîtresse and MARIÉ, so anything can happen. So in the last scene, you have Jalika, who is walking into the living room and her mom is sitting there, and the first thing that she does is greeting her mom, of course, and then she is doing a voice message to Tairo. She's saying like, okay baby, I'm home, let me know when you arrived at home safely. I had a lovely time, I already miss you and I can't wait to see you, something like that. And then she's like done with the voice message, and her mom is like, Jalika, what are you doing? Is this actually worth anything? And I think that Jalika's mom cannot understand why her daughter would accept to be a secret second wife. And an important thing that Jalika's mom is pointing out is that you are actually helping your husband or a man cheat on another woman. Are you proud of yourself? And I think that's a really important point that she makes. I think that Jalika's mom is really disappointed in Jalika, and Jalika is just like so stubborn, because she's like, no, because I love my husband, I'm a woman, I have needs, and I have a husband who can fulfill my needs, and I'm not looking for someone else or other people to fulfill my needs. And she's also making an important point, because in Senegalese culture it is better to, you know, have a husband, sleep with your husband, have sex with your husband, than not have a husband and have sex with people. And there's already a big stigma on divorced women, because in Senegal they believe that once you've tasted sex and you're divorced, that means that you are basically addicted to sex, and that any divorced woman is actually, you know, looking for sex if she's not married. Please make it make sense. It's a lot of like going back and forth between Jalika and her mom. Jalika's mom actually ends up saying, you know what, I think I'm going to die soon because of all this that you're putting me through. So that was it for the first episode of the 3rd season of Maîtresse and MARIÉ. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have missed what happened in season 1 and 2 of Maîtresse and I, I will put the lists up here, the playlists. And if you have any questions, don't forget to reach out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you guys on Tuesday.